welcome to Mortal Webs episode 2. I'm Brandon the Guide, and tonight I'm joined by a fantastic cast, starting with the lovely Harlow to my left-hand side. Say hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Harlow. Goodbye, everybody. I'm Harlow.
Below me, the white-haired pizza boy.
First of all, I'm not a pizza boy. I'm a pizza man, and I'm a bartender. Name's Jackie Armstrong. I'm the fighter, and hopefully the brains of the operation.
Hopefully the brains of the operation.
How diddly do to you, chat?
And the dwarven man whose faith is being tested by a god that really isn't being the bestest. Go ahead.
Hey everybody, it's John, and I'll be playing Gardane Barrelheart.
Gardane Barrelheart. Something I want to do for this campaign that we're doing is I like to sometimes have you guys do the recap because it's kind of fucking hilarious. And it's nice to hear your guys' perspective of what happened. So I'm going to have you guys all kind of like take a turn to recap last week. So like break it into thirds the best you can. Harlow, go first.
So I was massively seasick on the way to this town. And I met this dwarf guy. He's my bodyguard now. His name's Gardane, and he like apparently got on some deity's bad side. Not great. So we're trying to heal this kid, and I have a huge craving for pizza, and I interrogated a dude, and it was a little dark. It was great though. I had a great time. I'm gonna do more of that.
Yeah. Steak, give us your part of the recap.
So Jackie was just doing his job and doing a really good job of it. And, you know, then we had just some rowdy ruffians causing issues in the bar. I'm just trying to talk to my new friends. So, like, I break this guy's wrist, you know, just doing what I always do. And then his face started melting, and I didn't fucking do that. I have no idea what was happening. It got really violent, sort of more violent than usual. I'm sort of just trying to figure out exactly what happened. And I'm trying to also finish my shift so I can get with my, my new compatriots and try to figure out the next move.
Yeah. And Gardane, give us your little recap.
I entered this frozen wasteland to a temple of my goddess, when suddenly my world shattered as the temple windows flung open. We had to deal with a sick child, and then we went to a pizza parlor where my holy text was burnt in front of me by some hooligans from this godforsaken town.
And at the pizza parlor, there was a bar fight that everybody ensued in. And they further found out that these people they were in the bar fight with were part of a crime organization known as the Frozen Syndicate. And the Frozen Syndicate, everybody, revealed to Harlow, at least one of the members that she interrogated, that he ended up selling some poison to a guard named Igor. And that it was all their doing. She further interrogated him more, doing some magic and medicine fuckery to cause him to age a lot rapidly. And as he walked out of the bar stumbling, not knowing where he was or who he was, Jackie, Gardane, and Harlow all looked at each other in confusion. And that's where we're starting this week's episode, everybody. Harlow, you follow soon out after the man that you currently just obtained information from. And you see that Jackie is currently cleaning up the fire from the oil lamp that burst from Gardane's arrow. And Gardane sits at the bar talking to Jackie's mom. How would everybody like to proceed? Yes.
All right, everybody. That was crazy. Everybody get back to normal. We're going to start picking things up. On the house, we're going to have some Frost Giant ale. We're going to start, I'm going to start pouring out drinks to try to get the patrons focused back on the bar, focused back on drinking and not leaving. And, I'm like nodding at a couple of my regulars that would usually help like clean up after a fight.
Okay.
And I'm sort of eyeballing Harlow a little suspiciously because things did get a little more violent than I wanted tonight. And I also look over at Gardane, who tried to shoot someone in the back. And I'm just sort of disappointed and frustrated at the moment, but I'm holding it together.
Jackie, you would see that the rest of the patrons in the tavern, they're definitely like, they usually clean up after this happens. It's all kind of a group effort. Like, that's part of the reason Friday nights are so bumping at your pizzeria, is because they know a fight's going to break out, they know it's going to get messy, and they know that you're going to offer free drinks to make up for it. So it's kind of like a win-win because you guys get a lot more business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep it moving, and I'm going to finish this shift strong. Is my tip jar out?
Your tip jar is out on the counter.
Fantastic.
about
Does
halfway
it?
full.
All right, that's good enough.
Pretty good.
I'm
It's a
gonna
pretty
go
good.
behind the
It's a
bar.
pretty good night. A pretty good night.
Good. All right.
Gardain, what say you? You muted, bud.
Gardain's holding the charred remnants of his holy text in his hands, and part of it's still somewhat intact, and he opens that up, and if anyone's paying attention to Gardain, they see him pull out a small silver chain, and on the end of it is an iron ring, and he just takes that and puts that over his head and tucks the ring into his shirt, and then goes back into his ale.
I would say that Harlow and Jackie, because you guys are kind of like locked in on each other right now, like kind of looking over your shoulders at each other because of this situation that just happened, you definitely see Gardain do this. And Harlow, how about you?
I'm gonna shoot a wink to Jackie and go up to his mom.
As you walk up to Jackie's mom, she goes, "Oh, hey, sweetie, did you take out the trash? Took the trash out? The trash you needed to take care of? Did you took care of it?"
Yes, the trash will not be a problem anymore.
Good. I hate trash. I hate
yeah.
trash in my tavern. Right,
the
sweetie?
trash
Right, Jackie?
Apologized. It apologized.
Yeah, whatever you say,
profusely.
Ma.
Yeah, trash is bad. We hate trash.
So, I'm just gonna join Gardain until Jackie's done with the shift, and she's gonna pull out her prescription pad and just write out all the info she got from her little questionnaire she gave the trash.
Okay.
So
She got from the trash. Gardain, you see that Harlow pulls out a notepad and begins to write some things down.
So, what do you got?
So, what we have so far is that the guards and the syndicate are working together. And the syndicate's location is under the crypts of the city. That guy, he was so sweet. He told me so much. Very helpful. So I really do think we should work on getting an antidote for this poor girl and then take care of the rest of the sickness of the city.
Jesus.
Yes. I'm starting to notice that this city doesn't seem to have a really good, healthy soul at the time.
Okay. So you guys continue to converse, discussing the information that Harlow discovered. Jackie, you continue to clean up and serve your drinks and finish out your orders for the rest of the night, and your tip jar becomes pretty close to full by the end of this.
Hey, fucko, you didn't pay yet.
Yeah, hold on, Jackie. I'm getting to it. You know I'm good for it. Hold on, Jackie. Walks over and tosses you an extra couple gold pieces in the tip jar.
You're a good lad. I don't care what everybody says about
Yeah,
you.
you know I'm here every Friday, just chilling and stuff. But you know I'm good for it. Just sometimes I
Just
slip
drinking
up.
your life away.
I'm just drinking my life. You listen. What else we gonna do in this godforsaken city, man? I mean, this place. Being honest here, you know as much as I do, this place sucks. Y'all pizzeria is the only thing. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel every Friday evening whenever we get off work.
All
It's
right,
like the
you're
one place
drunk.
we
I'll
got.
see you next Friday.
I'm
Get
not
outta
drunk.
here.
You're drunk. I'm not. I don't. You drink on the job. I love you, Jackie.
Hey, I live here. Fucking beat it,
Yes,
kid.
that's true. That's true. Okay, bye.
We're closing.
All right, bye, Jackie. Bye. As this buddy you were talking to walks out, your dad walks up to you, breaking a sweat, and goes, "Oh, Jackie. Okay. We did good tonight, Jackie. But we gotta control this fights, Jackie. We gotta control. It's too much fire, too much stuff. Your friends come in here.
Throw me the fucking hammer.
Yeah, listen.
and you
I tried
take
to get.
5 minutes.
I tried to get the hammer. I tried to. Okay, and but sometimes it's on the mantle, and we keep it up there for safekeeping and looking good and everything. And you know me. I got arthritis in the knees and stuff. I gotta get the step stool and the ladder. It's a pain in the ass.
This is
Jackie.
why Grandma doesn't fucking visit anymore.
Yeah, Grandma
You
doesn't
never
visit
stop
anymore
fucking
because she's
talking.
struggling. She's doing very bad right now, and she lives in the
because she has you for a son.
Yeah, she lives at the southern end of fucking Melorius. It's like a 4-day trip. She just can't make it here. Have a skip and do
I'm
daddle.
throwing my apron at him. I'm out of here.
Now, don't you throw your fucking apron at me, Jackie. Don't you and your friends come in here and start a fight in the tavern on a Friday
If
night.
you're lucky, I'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, you better be here tomorrow, or you're not gonna get paid.
I'm storming out the front.
You storm out the front of your house.
Yep.
Oh,
Fuck this atmosphere. I'm gone.
Gardain, our friend is leaving. You should go follow.
Oh, yes. He quickly just quaffs the whole ale and slams the tankard down, throws down a few gold coins, and walks out.
Okay, you walk out. You guys follow Jackie. Jackie, you stand in the middle of the streets of Isotomar. Again, imagine for everybody that's watching or listening, essentially Gotham, but cold and icy. That's kind of what we're working with right now.
Steam rises off the streets as the heat from the underground really livens up the scene at night.
Yeah, and you hear an audible scream.
It gets dark, but the
echo.
clouds sometimes make it darker.
Jackie,
Just another night for Jackie out on the scene.
Jackie, you take a glance up at the moon as it shines down, and a shimmer of light hits you.
My only friend.
One of the only pure things that you really see in this city. Shortly behind you, Gardane and Harlow.
My accomplices.
Everything
I'm
all
off
right
my
back
shift
there?
now. There's no more mom or dad around. It's time to get serious. I'm going to take a little bit of black out of my bag and just put it a little bit under each eye.
Okay.
All right. So I had a little conversation with a gentleman that was far too rude to your mother. And basically, the guards of the city are working with the syndicate. That we're gonna have to cut the head off the snake, I think. Preferably, I'd like to save the child before the poison spreads too much. But he was actually so helpful. He gave away the location to their super secret lair. It's just right under the catacombs.
What?
Yeah,
They were just under the catacombs?
they're just under the catacombs. You wouldn't believe what you can get out of somebody when their wrist is broken.
I do feel bad about breaking that man's wrist now. I had forgotten about that.
I reset
Pain
it.
is a special type
Did
of
you?
motivator.
Well, that's good. Okay. All right, Gardan. So, what are you saying? We go underground?
I think first we find Igor, that guard guy, and we fuck his shit up. Get or well,
Harlow, young lady, first of all. This is wild language.
Okay.
Second of all, we know where he's at. He has a job.
Okay.
We just have to get used to his schedule, start tracking it, follow him when he goes to meals, plan when he goes to the bathroom, find out his favorite restaurant, how many family members he has, where he likes to hang out on the weekends, when he has off time, when his wife will finally be delivering that baby and he's going to be off on vacation, and then we talk to him.
Well, there's also mandatory physical checks. Little turn.
I'm
your
not
head
going
and
to touch
cough.
that man.
It's okay.
We
you
have
can
a
be my
physician
assistant.
right here.
Jackie, real quick. When Harlow mentions the catacombs of Isotomar,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of makes sense with you a little bit because a while ago, probably a good 200 years ago, maybe 100, somewhere in there, you don't know the exact time, they actually cut the catacombs off to the public because after the Great Colossi War that happened hundreds of years ago, a lot of the fallen soldiers and citizens that fell victim to those battles were buried under the catacombs of the city, often buried with riches, jewels, magic items, etc., in their honor that they were buried with in this great battle. So therefore, they pretty much closed it off from anybody in the city, not allowing any access whatsoever.
So anyway, a long time ago, the catacombs were shut off to the public. Do I know where the old entrance would be?
You would know that most of the entrances to the catacombs, there'd be three primarily. There will be one to the northern end of the city, near the northern gate that's similar, very close to the docks of where Harlow came in, where the shipyard is. There is one there because often during the war, when they would bring back the dead, the bodies, that's pretty much where the ships would kind of roll in at. There is one that is in the mountains, outside of the city gates of Isotomar. Pretty much almost like a mining system of sorts that led to the catacombs as well. It's essentially kind of like how they were built in the first place. And then it's always been rumored that there has been a third entrance somewhere in the city that was once used for quick travel. Where that one is, you're not necessarily sure.
All right, I'm going to share that information with the party. I'm going to give them sort of the history rundown that you just gave me. And would I be able to cross-reference crime statistics from my time as a guard with those locations of town to see which ones got most of the random sightings of crime or mysterious people? So maybe I could notice an influx of activity in an area.
Yeah, I want you to roll me a Sherlock Holmes check just to see if you sit there and just like, and this and that and this and this and boom, and this lines up with this. Roll that D20.
Oh, I gotta roll on
Yeah,
stream.
roll that D20, baby. I'll tell you what you get.
Yeah.
That is a 19. Holy shit. Yeah, you sit there, Harlow, Gardane, you see that Jackie just locks in. He just looks at the ground and goes, I believe, you just go off. But eventually, you discover that the old catacomb entrance, or at least where you think a catacomb entrance would be on the opposite side of the city. Isotamar is split into two halves. The left side is essentially like your market district, your food, your shops, your general goods stores, and etc. The right side is more of the noble, the imperial side of things, where the rich live, the wealthy, etc. So basically, slums and rich. You would know that the rich side of Isotamar is where the entrance is.
Which side does my pizzeria sit in?
Definitely on the slum side.
East side?
Yeah. However, the catacomb entrance that you are kind of cross-referencing with crime and organization, because you've been through the entire city, is definitely outside of the potion shop, or at least you think so. There is a wondrous potion shop that is on the eastern side of the city, the rich side, known as Emeralda's Gifts and Goods. She makes not just potions, that is one of her specialties. However, that is a very notorious location for where you would go with guards to get supplies for the guards, such as, potions and herbs and healing and medicine and etc. You always felt uncomfortable going there because you could tell something was off about it.
Would people recognize me from that area as a former guard?
Yes, more than likely.
I have an idea, you guys.
You would, like I said, you wouldn't exactly know where the entrance physically is, but that's something's lining up there. You rolled really fucking well.
There's a hot spot of crime in this city. I can't get in there alone because they know what I look like. But you two can. If we could find me a disguise, maybe we can get into the heart of these degenerates and really stick our fist into the hole of justice, as you will.
We can do a simple disguise. I have gauze we can wrap your face. Say you got a fucking burn.
I like this idea.
Easy peasy.
Wrap me up.
Done.
And put angry eyebrows.
Oh, I have a pen for this. And she pulls out her surgeon's pen for amputations.
Jesus.
And wraps his face. And
Jackie, you just stand here in the middle of the
Little
street
nip
in
and
front of your
tuck.
parents' pizza shop discussing things in the middle of the
I'm
moonlight.
jerking. I'm definitely doing like...
Yeah, and Harlow is wrapping your face in gauze. Gardane, you just stand there, like, you notice that a couple of drunk people definitely stumble by and be like, what's going on over there?
and then to give his skin like a sheen, I'm not gonna cast magic on him because we're saying you're like a burn victim, but your eyes are still exposed, right? So I'm just gonna
I better be able to see. I'm just gonna set that right up front.
I'm gonna do a little bit of like shimmery balm like around your eyes, so it just kind of looks like you are medicated. We need additional healing. I'm really playing into this.
As you're getting into it, Jackie is really, as a lover of superheroes and magic cards and different types of trading games, he's really getting into character right now. In his head, he's just thinking like, nobody cared who I was until I put on the gauze.
Nobody cared who I was till I put on the gauze. Okay. Gardane, what you got going on, bud?
I am not subtle. And he shrugs his shoulders, and the armor kind of shifts, and you can hear it, and he's like, and I'm not much of a talker. So I'll be in the back of you two while you get this stage play going.
If I talk, nobody will know I'm an ex-guard.
You can be our muscle. It's totally fine.
What are you talking about? I'm very convincing. I took courses when I was 17, actually, during the summer, and they said I was very convincing for a beginner.
Okay.
Were you actually in the guard at some point in time? I couldn't tell.
Aha, acting. You're not. I'm telling you, I'm ready for this, Harlow. I don't know why you're putting me on blast right now.
As you're
I
standing
fucking put on the
outside,
gauze.
directly outside the frost giant slice, you see the light up front flickers off with a burst of magic, and you just hear the top window open up, and it's your father goes, "Jackie, shut your fucking mouth! You and your mother and I are trying to sleep. If you're gonna go and roam the fucking streets like a degenerate with your friends, then do it not outside a pizzeria, Jackie."
I fucking told you there's justice. This needs done in these
Jackie,
streets.
Jackie, look at the front of our fucking shop. Look at the front. What's the sign say? What's the sign say, Jackie? You're reading a whip. No loitering. And you are breaking the rules of fucking owner of the shop. Bah, no, you're loitering, Jackie. Set an example. Set a goddamn example. Make me proud. Fuck you. I love you.
He's right, you guys. I shouldn't be loitering. Let's go.
Right. Let's go, pizza boy.
If I stay here, I'm no better than the people that we pursue.
You know, I hear he's a pizza man. It's a thing.
Hey. Look, I
Yeah?
left the fucking bar behind me. Right now, I'm the man in gauze. We don't need to bring up fucking pizza every time we hang out, or I don't understand how we're gonna get anything fucking done. What are you laughing at, Harlow, you son of a bitch? This is serious. I am a man that makes pizza, okay?
Yes.
Can we leave it at that?
Yes.
All right, fuck, man. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm gonna go back in the direction I was going.
Jackie,
But I'm
shut
pissed
the
off.
fuck up.
No, we're fucking gone.
I
from
know.
that house,
He
you
yells this from the
dungeon master.
window. He's just being an ass.
I'm gonna call
Okay.
the guards on him for being disorderly. Yeah, one
All
more
right.
time.
You continue making your way through Isotamar. It takes you some time to get to the opposite side of the city, and there is like kind of not like a gate you have to like get passage through, but there's definitely like an archway. There is it pretty much remains like open. There is a wall that separates two parts of the city. Jack, you've always felt very not right about this, as this wall does separate like the lower income from the higher income parts of the city, with a gate in the center that people can freely pass and go through. You've never seen it close, but it does have the ability to close if needed. After some time, you do make your way through the gate, and you start making your way to Emeralda's Gifts and Goods. However, by this time, it's like 1 in the morning. It's pretty late, because the shop closed at, like midnight, and you're traveling through the city. You've definitely gotten some weird looks from people just kind of like looking at you, stumbling forth with gauze on your face. However, it's nothing that you probably haven't seen here in the slums, because you've seen some weird and, kind of questionable stuff you probably wouldn't have questioned. But as soon as you make your way into the higher district of town, you notice that things are a little more clean, a little more cleanly, almost as if people are better taken care of here. There's less grum on the streets, there's less of a smell, you don't really hear as much screaming and hollering in the distance. But you do get stopped by a couple guards in the middle of the night. Jackie, they don't recognize you, but you recognize them as, what do we got here? You recognize these two guards as Amanda and where is the Theros?
No, okay, so I like noticed them there and they don't recognize me.
They notice you there, but they stop you guys in the middle of the streets. It's like 1 in the
Are they
morning.
good guards or bad guards?
They are. You weren't really able to peg them, like in between. They weren't. They weren't bad. However, you could tell they would kind of like mind their own business and like not want to get involved in the shit. Almost as if you kind of set an example of like, oh, maybe we shouldn't fuck around and like try to expose what's going on, but we're not going to say anything because we don't lose our job. Amanda and Theros, they stop both of you, or all three of you, and they go, "Halt! What are you guys doing out in the middle of the street? Is he okay? What's up with the bandages? And where are you guys from?"
Hi, I am Dr. Harlow, and unfortunately, we had some blowback down in the lower city while they were lighting torches, and his face is horribly burnt, and I'm just in need of more medical herbs, and this is the place to come.
The place to come. I mean, there's an infirmary you could take him to, the northern end of the district.
Am I not going north? I'm sorry, I'm new here.
I mean, you're going east. If you want to go to the infirmary, you have to go north.
Oh, okay.
He sounds bad.
Yeah,
Well, We're already here.
What? I mean, the closest place nearby that's going to have things such as I don't know, things such as potions and herbs is going to be Emeralda's, but it's closed. It's not a hospital. It's a place to gather potions and supplies for apothecaries.
Is there, is there nothing that can be done in like an emergency situation? I mean, how far are we from the actual hospital?
You can make it to the infirmary in 5-10 minutes if you hurry. We could escort you
5,
there.
10 minutes? I don't know if we have 5 or 10 minutes, because if I take this gauze off his face, it's just gonna melt right off. Is the thing.
Do me a favor. I want everybody to do me a favor and just roll me a straight up like D20 and see what you guys get all together for like a general group like deception roll.
Before we do this, can I take one action?
Which is what?
I would like to collapse and begin seizing.
Jackie, you can add +3 to your roll.
All of my acting class is going right into this
Yeah,
right now.
You can add +3 to your roll. Everybody roll.
I'll take it.
Harlow got an 11. Gardain got a natural 1 with Jackie getting an 11 as well.
No.
So I got a 14.
14, but the natural 1. Gardain, you, Harlow and Jackie are selling it really, really well. Gardain, you just like zone out for a second and you don't even like associate with like what's going on. They look at you and just see that you're just kind of like staring off in the distance, and you see that Amanda, the female guard, she looks and goes, "You look awful curious about something."
I'm sorry, what?
Uh-huh.
Are they questioning him while I seize on the ground?
You see that Amanda is definitely questioning Gardain, whereas Theros is kind of like looking at you. He is definitely concerned, but like just he sees you kind of flopping back and forth, like, and he does begin to panic a little bit. But Amanda's eye was pegged by Gardain. Theros,
I'm gonna
looks
reach
at all
out
of
towards his boot.
you. Okay. You reach out towards his boot.
I'm just gonna hold on. I'm just gonna take as much of his attention
Okay,
as possible.
I'm informing you guys. Get to the infirmary as fast as you can. Like that's the play. If he's in that much pain,
I'm going to die at his feet. I'm crawling towards him.
yeah, I just you know what? He points at Harlow. You, what do you need?
We need to get him like spoons for his mouth and certain herbs
Spoons
like
for the mouth?
immediately. Yeah, so he doesn't bite off his tongue.
Hold on. You see, he pulls out like a key ring and starts flipping through keys. Goes, you know what? Us guards have keys to pretty much almost all the important buildings here in the city.
I'm
We
gonna
can probably
pretend
get
to
something.
stop breathing. I'm gonna hold my breath.
You know what? You're right. Emeralda's is right here, just around the corner. Let's go there. I'm sure she won't mind. It'll be official business. However, he points at Gardain. You stay with Amanda because I don't know why. And she looks at you and says, "Yeah, he's gonna stay with me for a minute."
Are you gonna carry this man, or am I? Because I can carry him, no problem.
You see that Theros just picks up Jackie.
How does he carry me?
He just like scoops you and like over his shoulder.
Perfect. I'm
Yeah.
gonna use the opportunity after he throws me over his shoulder to provoke Amanda. I'm just gonna wink at her like I'm faking, and then go right back to acting like I'm dying.
Okay, so what does provoke do exactly? Read it for me.
Okie dokie. Draw the attention of a nearby creature by taunting them. I just did it.
So you get thrown over the shoulder of Amanda,
And I just go,
and she looks at Gardain, and she looks at you, Jackie, and then she looks at Theros and goes, Theros, they are lying. They are lying to us. No, something's not right here. Put him down. Put him down. And then he turns around and goes, but he was seizing. He stopped breathing. He stopped breathing.
I'm gonna stop breathing again.
See, he's
What the
not
hell
breathing.
are you
And then she goes,
talking about? Are you a medical professional? No, you're not. So
He
shut
just
the-
winked at me.
Shut
He
the hell up.
No, you shut up. She pulls her sword. She goes, you shut up. You're in the middle of the streets in the middle of the night. He's winking. He's over here
Stop
staring over the...
screaming. You're making it worse. I need to do CPR. Quick, get him to the apothecary. Fucking go.
And he goes,
I'm gonna start shaking
okay.
uncontrollably.
Theros begins to run as you shake uncontrollably, and she's standing there with her sword in the middle. She goes, no, Avi, stop! What are you doing? In the name of the law, stop it now!
Dane's following Harlow and the guard. He's just like, and
Amanda takes off, and she goes to grab Gardain, like because something about just the way you were looking around, like with no concern, no urgency, nothing with the natural one. She is just like, no, you stop it right now. She grabs your shoulder, Gardain. I'm gonna have her just roll that 20 to see if she can just like stop you in place. So let's
Listen,
do
lady,
it.
he's not all fucking here. He's a religious nut job.
She
and
gets a
he burnt his-
16. as she grabs the back of Gardane's shoulder and just, Garden, you feel yourself almost get like lifted off your feet for a second before you get put back down. And she turns around and goes, "Who are you? Where are you from? He winked at me. I know he winked at me. Why were you not concerned for his life if he was actually, actively dying? What's going on? Answer me now!"
I didn't want to have to do this.
Hmm.
I'm gonna pee.
What?
There doesn't need to be any more proof that I'm actually sick if I
Listen,
pee.
this
I'm
is
peeing
one of
on
the.
this guy who's carrying me
He's
and
not
shaking.
breathing. He's defecating himself. This is one of the final things the body does when it starts to die. Please, we have to hurry.
She goes, "I'm fine, fucking fine. I'm coming with you though, and keep my eyes on all of you. I don't trust any of you. None of you. I don't trust any of you." She takes her sword and waves it. Jackie, you would know Amanda decently well. She does her best to try to be a good guard. She's a sweet girl, but also lies in the line of like, I don't want to get myself fired, so I'll turn a blind eye if I have to. But like, she does try her best. She follows you guys to Emeralda's Gifts and Goods. Theros is disgusted. He goes, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." He gets to the front of the door and like puts you down next to the door. He smells of urine as he pulls out his key ring and flips through and puts the key in the door, and you hear a click in front of this potion in an apothecary shop. And he kind of opens up and he goes, okay, what do you guys need? I'll go in and grab it real quick and come back out.
Gardane's gonna block the door with him and Amanda.
What?
He's gonna turn around and turn to Amanda. Gardane is.
What are you
while
doing?
these two go inside. And is she considered currently hostile towards me?
She is considered more concerned, like keeping an eye on you. She's not trying to actively attack you, but like she does not trust any of you.
Okay. So Gardane's gonna just gently put a hand on her shoulder, and he's gonna inspire. What that is I spend an action point and I inspire a nearby NPC, and until the end of the day, the NPC shapes their behavior around their ideal and does not fall victim to their flaw. So whatever her ideal is, that's all she acts as. She doesn't fall under any of her flaw issues. I want to see if I can change her behavior.
So, an ideal for someone like her would be along the lines of doing the right thing. She just wants to help people. She wants to make sure people are okay. She also knows that there's something not right with the city and understands that she needs to turn a blind eye to the syndicate sometimes and to the guard sometimes. However, for her to help out people in need, that actually need it, she would take that over anything. Just sometimes she can't. She calms down. She kind of breathes, looks at you. She kind of matches your calm expression and tenacity and goes, "Okay, maybe I've overreacted. Obviously something's going on here. I'm so sorry. Maybe I saw something. Man. Maybe it was a flinch. I don't know. This job is very stressful. You must understand. Yes. There's a lot going on here. We have the midnight shift.
You're underappreciated for your profession. I can tell.
Thank you. I
can really tell.
Theros, I'm sorry, you're a doctor, you said?
Yes, she's a doctor.
Let them do their work. Let's just stay out here.
Here, come outside with me for a minute.
Keep guard. What?
Come outside with me for a minute.
Oh.
And I'll look back over my shoulder to Harlow and kind of make eye contact for a second and just be like, and she's like,
okay.
And then I'll walk outside with Amanda.
Amanda walks outside with you, and Theros goes, he's like standing like halfway in the shop and like looking out the door, like, okay, what do you need? I'll help you find it.
We're all going inside the shop. Stop wasting my time. Get out of my way. I have work to do.
I mean, yeah, he lets you in, but he's going in with you. He's like, I'm gonna help you. What do you need?
That's fine. Get him on the floor. Get him flat.
Okay, cool. He lays him on the floor. He's like, should I take these bandages off? Like, what should I do?
I'm resisting.
Resisting what?
Him. I'm just gonna take up a lot of his time. I'm gonna continue to be a nuisance.
Yeah, he's trying to like pick you back up off the wall, and you're just like flopping the most awkward ways, making it a pain in the ass.
I'm making it very difficult.
Jackie, roll me a d20 to see if you're able to resist him just kind of scooping you, because he is a guard. 14, yeah, you're able to make it very inconvenient for him, and he's just like, I think he's seizing again. He's even a seizure again. What's going on?
Get him on the ground. Get him on the ground in case he starts
I'm
vomiting
trying.
everywhere.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm trying. Hold on.
It's
He gets
okay,
a. He can't. He's just trying. He's like, I don't know. Help! Dwarf, please come help me. Your friend is actively dying. Please, I need assistance, please.
I wouldn't resist him so much to where it fucking became a fight. I'm just gonna resist him enough to where he can't really get anything else accomplished
Okay.
or pay attention to.
As soon as he starts
So-
yelling,
Harlow.
dwarf, you begin to kind of give little, and like
Mhm,
he slowly starts putting you on the ground.
mhm.
I kind of want to do something a little risky, but you're saying that these guards tend to be good guys.
These
Oh,
two,
wait,
you wouldn't really know.
I wouldn't know that. Never mind.
Jackie, however, knows, like, they're definitely not like the corrupt guards, but they definitely know something's up. They just don't want to get fired.
I'm gonna yank Gardane and the female guard inside and shut the door and latch it shut.
What? Okay. What's going on?
I think we need to have a conversation.
About what? I knew something wasn't right here. And she's starting to like panic a little bit because she's trying to maintain
You're
her just
right.
like moral standing because of Gardane and what he, his ability
You're right.
he used.
Yeah,
But she's
something
just like,
isn't right
what's,
here. Yeah.
What is going on?
Ardane's
Well-
gonna go close windows that are open and just start looking to see if anybody else is outside.
Theros steps back and pulls his sword and goes, "Back, all of you back now." What is the
I'm
meaning
still
of this?
laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Hey. Continue.
Here's the thing. Your guard captain has poisoned a little girl. And my one job is to try to heal her.
I'm sorry. You said a girl's been poisoned by a guard.
Yes.
What? Who would do such a thing? We wouldn't. None of us hurt kids.
Listen, yes, they do. And they use Lock Lily poison to do so.
I'm just
And
gonna
she's-
moan.
Very sick.
What?
Sicker than him.
Who's?
Igor.
You see, as soon as Jackie says Igor, you see that Amanda and Theros look at each other. And as Jackie says Igor, Amanda and Theros look down and go, Jackie?
It's somebody else.
Jackie, roll a d20.
Here comes the face slap meme.
4. Yeah, they go. Theros goes, Jackie! What the
Yeah.
fuck, man?
Hey, dude.
What do you
What's
got?
up, man?
He
It's been a
immediately
while.
rips the bandages off of his. What the fuck are you doing?
That's my disguise, dude.
The sky! We thought you were seriously injured. Who are these two? I've never seen these two in
I
my
am
life.
seriously injured. That you wouldn't even recognize me just because I put on a little gauze.
You
We've
put
been
it,
friends
your
for so long.
face was covered. There was Sharpie on it to make you look like you had an angry unibrow.
Thought you guys were trained better than this. We shouldn't have never made it this far. This
Go-
is gonna look bad on all of us, so let's all just calm down.
We are. You see, Amanda's having like a borderline like panic attack. She's like, what?
Amanda,
Jackie,
you were never
you're
gonna
scared-
make it in this
you're
job. How
scared
about
the
you
shit
calm the fuck down?
She walked out. She said, I am making it my best. Okay. After you got fired, you know how on our ass they've been since you got let go. You were the only person I understand.
Let
you were
go?
you were fired, let go, whatever it is. You were the only person to want to reveal them for who they really were. They had to make an example out of somebody, so of course it was you. Me, Theros, and the others that were all kind of like part of our crew. We've had to keep our mouths fucking shut. If we so much as mention your name, anything that you brought up, anything that happened, they'll cut our asses too. You being here, doing whatever this is, puts me and Theros and the rest of us in danger.
Well, the rest of you guys are letting this secret society do this bullshit in our town and just turning a blind eye. I'm making my own cool secret society with these two guys.
Yeah, and what
and
were
we
we supposed
actually
to do?
came here to see if you two fuckers would join us.
How did you even know we'd be here?
Because I used to be a guard. I knew you would be stationed here. You're a good man. Amanda, you're a good woman. There's no reason we should be letting this bullshit happen in this town. If we cannot stand out against them in public because their numbers are too great, then let us rise from the shadows to devour them in the future. We have to fight together. We're not going to talk about who peed on who's lying to who. We're trying to get things fucking accomplished here. You guys know me.
You see, when you say that, Theros goes, "Oh my god, you did piss on me. Holy shit, way to sell the bit, dude."
I told you I wasn't feeling well. I just needed some herbs.
Jackie, I want you to roll, I guess, what would be like an inspire roll to see how well this inspired them.
Here's where dreams go to die.
That's a 10, which is a tough choice. Okay. You see that Amanda and Theros both kind of like look at each other, and they look down at their badges. Like kind of like where they hold them, like on their chest piece of their armor. And they both kind of reach for them at the same time, like looking at each other, and begin to kind of like start pulling at them. They go, "The guards have been our entire lives for years. We always wanted to be noble guards, protect the people, protect the city. But I don't know if we can do that." Jackie.
Yeah.
If we take these badges off, can you promise us that whatever plan you have in action, whatever you are planning to do, can you promise us that it'll work?
Our enemies are smart. Our enemies aren't throwing away their disguises, and neither should we. You hold on to your badges, because I can't promise your safety. I can't promise anything right now because we're just in the beginning. But I can promise you that no harm will come to you from us, from my mouth or from my sword or my hammer or my hands. We're only here to save this little girl. And if good people like you know that good people like us are out doing our thing, can't that be enough sometimes? Watch us. See the results for yourself. Watch what the guards are doing for the people, and watch what people like us are doing for the people, and you choose where you want to stand on that line. Sorry I peed on you again. I just keep bringing it up because I'm still wet.
It smells.
It's getting,
it is
a lot.
It's not warm anymore. Now it's cold. It's soaking into the armor.
It's cold.
It's cold. It's cold piss. But I forgive you. You see, they then take their hands off their pins, their badges, instead of rip them off, and just immediately dropping what they're doing. They say, Thero says, "We can't just leave the guards immediately, but we can at least be of some assistance."
You know who knows the real way. I knew too. I just said something about it, and that's why I got removed. Don't say anything about it, but if you know people that know what we know, just spread the word by ear. Let people know.
You see, they kind of look at each other, and Theros pulls out his key ring, begins flipping through it. He goes, ever since you got let go, the guards have been looking for somebody that they trust, or guards they trust that aren't going to stab them in the back, betray them, sell them out. They haven't said that verbally, but they always talk about trust, team building, working together, trust in the system. While I am ashamed to say that I might have been following them to a T for the sake of my own job and safety and well-being, I guess the benefit would be this. As you see, he pulls out a key. He says, this is the key to the barracks. I'm not sure how much it will help, but it would be a shame if, as he drops it, I lost it. It would be a shame if we didn't see you enter this building, and it would sure be a shame if Emeralda accidentally left it unlocked in the middle of the night.
Be a shame if your next check came up missing at the pizzeria, brother.
You see, he nods at you. He says, "We'll stop by sometime." And Amanda, she kind of breathes in and out. "Okay, let's get out of here before the guards see any of the other guards see what happened and report us or anything. Jackie will cover you. And good luck with whatever it is.
Frosty.
I'm sure we'll see you around." As you see, they walk out.
Oh my god, I can't believe they were going to catch us. We were fucked. Oh boy.
Oh, they were gonna catch you.
Oh, they were gonna catch me. What the hell were you doing, just staring off into the distance? I had to piss on a man.
Yeah, Gardain
That
definitely
sounds like a choice on your part.
Gardain definitely.
It was a hard choice to make. Okay.
Gardain 100% disassociated away from the entire scenario because, again, like an hour ago, he lost his holy text. So I imagine like you're just wah 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 like tunnel vision at certain points and didn't even give a shit about what Jackie was doing or how he felt or how he felt.
1,000-yard stare.
Yes.
Just
Gone. Anyways, door closes behind you, and you see that you're standing at this apothecary now. Emeralda's gifts and goods. Harlow, this is like a dream come true. Potions, herbs, medicinal materials, anything you could think of that you would need for an adventurer on travels, or a traveling doctor, a nurse, a cleric.
I think we should stock up on what we need. We need potions, and oh, this herb makes you hallucinate. We can do drugs, and
I'm
then-
looking for pants.
oh, they probably have cloth somewhere or not.
I'm gonna find cloth or pants. I'm gonna find whatever I can to make as less of this situation as possible.
If
Jackie-
you find a skirt, just think of it as a kilt. You'll be okay.
Jackie, I would say, yeah, you find just some rags for pants, like nothing like fancy, just like basic like brown pants.
I put on the brown pants.
You put on the brown pants,
This is better for my disguise anyway.
it no
Now I look
longer-
like one of the common folk.
and they're not wet.
And these ones are dry.
Yeah. Jackie, you look and you see Harlow is just grabbing shit off the counters here. Gardain, what would you like to do?
If there's any healing potions, he'd like to grab one or two and see if there's an inventory ledger on like the counter to see how much these cost, because he's gonna leave some coinage for the owner of this establishment. He doesn't want to completely swindle them,
Okay.
but he does want to take some supplies.
Okay.
But the owner of the establishment is being a front door for this black market summa bitch.
They may
Jackie
be
is
doing
very
so,
conflicted now.
They may be doing so against their own will, though, like
Ja-
much of the city.
Jackie's literally like having an existential crisis because Harlow's stealing shit. She is just stealing shit. Gardain's also like, I'm gonna take stuff too. Jackie, you know this is like, regardless, this is thievery, this is stealing, this is theft. But then they bring up, but she's probably working with the bad guys, so like, I don't know, you know?
And
I'm
I'm
gonna
not-
write a note to leave behind.
I'm not like willy-nilly stealing. I'm very much restocking like my medical kit and unless
Taking a
there's
little
a
extra
glitter...
fun stuff.
Yeah, like a glitter bomb.
Now, Harlow, this is what I want you to do.
Mhm.
As you are restocking on things, I want you to just roll me a overall like I don't know, like practitioner's like nursing role or like doctor role, you know, just for your general like practice and expertise.
Mhm.
Okay. As you're going through here, you can't really find anything you can think of that you could concoct together for some sort of like cure.
Okay.
But you do find enough stuff to like stock your general like, you know, doctoring stuff, you know, your materials, your supplies. Jackie, you were writing a note. We'll get to your note in a second.
Wait.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It was a
Yeah.
two-part thing.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Oh, do you want to go first, or want Gardain to go first?
You can go
Okay.
guard. It doesn't matter. You're the DM.
Gardain, you are currently kind of like rummaging through stuff. I will say, in total, you guys do find a collective of 3 health potions that are like fully brewed. This isn't a shop where, you know, she gets like inventory of stuff like in stock. She actually makes a lot of the stuff here. So like the health potions in Quest, for everybody, if you don't know, are not just run-of-the-mill health potions. The health potion in Quest is kind of a big deal. So much of the fact that if you drink more than one in a day, you can start gaining resistance to these health potions to where they have less and less effect on you. So they should be used like, you know, sparingly versus just like, oh, I'm just going to pop this health potion. Not a big deal. Now, if you pop a health potion, you got to think about, you know, the situation. So, Gardain, as you're going through the ledger,
Mhm.
you're flipping through, you notice that there is a consistent name that kind of pops up. and you see that it's just named Gary. And next to Gary, he gets the same thing every day. 1 flask of Winterwolf blood. Not every day, every week. Once a week, every Monday, Winterwolf blood.
Harlow, do you know any use for this? And he'll point out the Winterwolf's blood. Which, do you have any knowledge of this substance?
Let me see the ingredients. Roll.
Harlow, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. When you see the word Winterwolf blood, you don't even know the fuck that is. You've never heard of it. It doesn't even sound like anything medical.
I think this is purely a magic kind of thing.
Gardain, go ahead and roll me a d20.
And I'm from a place with weird magics, and I've never seen it.
That's a 7, which is actually a tough choice. Gardain, I will say with a 7, tough choice. You look at this book, and you know that, when Harlow brings up to you the fact that it's like, okay, it's nothing she's ever heard of, but then you think, like, a code word? Maybe? Like, instead of making you, like, choose between 2 things, I'm going to give you more of, like, a questioning kind of, like, answer to, like, what you were thinking. Like, code word, could it mean something? Does it have some sort of, like, special meaning rather than that? Like, that kind of thing. Okay. So, Jackie, what were you saying?
That I was going to write a note. It's just going to say, look, we know that you've been doing things that are weird, so we're taking some of your stuff. I know that that's wrong, but you've been doing, like, bad things, so I'm sort of morally okay with it because it's sort of ambiguous. So I'm also sort of taking, like, a mental note of what we took in case I have to come back. And, stop doing bad things. Bad things will stop happening to you. I'm going to sign it. The Justice Gang.
The Justice Gang.
Just thought of it.
Okay.
Wrote it down.
Gardain.
Sending the note.
Gardain, you're continuing to kind of, like, figure out what this Winterwolf blood is or means. And you see, like, next to the table, Jackie just, like, slams a note down onto the table. And it's just way too long. Jackie, when you slam this note down onto the table, roll me a d20.
No, now I'm breaking tables.
No, you'll see.
All right, roll.
With an 8, I'm going to say this just happens because it was by happenstance, nothing you were trying to do intentionally. With an 8, you put the note on the table and you just kind of, like, put it down. Nothing too hard, not trying to break anything, but when you tap it, you do just happen to tap a piece of wood that is on this table that, instead of having, like, a hollow-esque kind of, like, sound to it, feels more like solid, almost as if you were hitting a stud in a wall trying to find a stud versus drywall.
I'm going to start checking in other spots.
Yeah. As you continue to check in other spots at this table, just kind of like click, 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 tapping, 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 you do kind of just, like, go back to that one individual spot. And as you kind of stick your hand underneath, you feel a latch.
I flick it.
As you pull the latch, you see a little kind of slit opens up, almost like a small pocket drawer, like a concealed drawer comes out. And you see in this pocket drawer is just a singular needle that points up and out.
Is that a needle? I'm going to touch it.
You touch it and it's pointy.
Ah, fuck.
Do you touch it enough to make you bleed? Okay. You touch it enough
The
to make you
first time
bleed.
in real life I ever saw a cactus, this happened. So
okay. So Harlow, you see this Harlow Gardain, you see he kind of flicks this latch, and this little drawer opens up with a needle that points out, and he kind of taps it. When he does, a little bit of blood comes through his finger, and you see it trickles down this little spiral of a needle, and as it does, this mechanism, this device, obviously mechanical but maybe magical in nature, glows a whitish...
I didn't fucking do this.
Begins to glow a whitish blue color as you feel the opening of some sort of latch behind you. And as you all turn around, You see a gust of cold air, winter, cold air, activated by blood, blows out from this latch behind you.
So I guess we're dealing with the syndicate before we deal with Igor. Okay.
Seems like it.
The city has spoken to me. Perhaps justice does revolve around below us. Also, I hurt my finger. Can you put something on this real quick?
Yeah, she's like re-rolled the gauze that was on his head with his angry eyebrows so it's not wasted, and she'll just take some ointment off of his nose and put it on his finger because basically just Neosporin.
So as you all sit and say, oh, so the syndicate it is, this is where the tough choices come in, because there's been quite a few tough choice rolls in the past like 10 minutes or so, and I haven't really made any.
Okay.
You see outside the windows from the silhouette that shines down from the moonlight what looks like guards that are kind of walking, approaching into the shadows. And you hear whispering, talking. Yeah, so like, if we get down there, do you think there'll be more stuff for us? Yeah, more than likely. We're waiting for the others to get here. You know, boss said he'd meet us here sometime soon, so we can, you know, go with him. And I don't know what he's bought this time, but we should be good, right? Oh yeah, should be good. Let's just kind of, let's just wait, go on a patrol, do a loop around, come on back, and meet back here in what, 10 minutes? Yeah, 10 minutes sounds good. As you see these two guards outside the window, because it's dark inside where you guys are, you know, nobody lit any candles or anything that you said. She's kind of like looking in the dark, but you definitely overhear the talking of these two guards outside. Obviously talking about trading deals or something, waiting for the boss. And you know they'll be back soon. Behind you, the latch. You have a choice, everybody. There is a latch to the syndicate that you know of, but the guards and the boss, so close to your grasp.
I've got an idea.
Sure. I do.
We can't have these guys following us, and if they do, we need to slow them down. I'm gonna first grab the note off the table and eat it. I already left too much evidence behind. This has been sloppy work. Between
horrible.
the three of us, do you think perhaps, and if it cost me my AP to use my plan ability to prepare my party before combat, that I'm going to do that? I said we go down, close the latch behind us, and leave a big-ass incendiary bomb behind us, so whoever comes in next, we'll know about it.
You have bombs?
I was hoping you were really smart and you could make these plants into something explodable.
Can you make these herbs explosive, please?
Like,
Yeah.
is it okay? Well,
Okay,
can we make
okay,
can we
no,
make a
let's-
noxious gas?
Let's
Can
think
we do
about
something?
this. Okay, so if we took some yarrow and started making it dust. No, flour. If you take flour and you throw it onto a flame, when it hits the air, it becomes combustible. Let's see.
I knew you were trustable to make it combustible. Come on, let's get it done.
Arson. It reminds me of my hundreds.
These guys. I don't have time to unpack that right now. Put it back in your fucking bag, and you can talk to me about that on off time. Right now, we need to get a bomb built. Dwarf, I know you know all about explosions and bombs and stuff. Your people are known for explosives, getting mines open. You know anything about explosions?
I need some very specific ingredients that probably aren't going to be in this shop.
Quick, tell me what they are. I'm gonna start looking around.
Can we do magnesium and flour? That should work, right? Throw it on an open flame.
That'll make a nice big fireball. That won't make anything impactful.
Are there any poisonous herbs in here?
I'm just gonna roll a straight D20, and I'll say above a 10 is yes, below a 10 is no. Surprisingly, yes. Actually,
All right.
Harlow, you specifically see that for some reason, in a jar,
Mhm.
kind of like hidden in the back somewhere, is a lock lily. But lock lilies don't grow in Isotamar. The lock
And they
lilies
were-
are the plants that grow and wrap themselves around treasure and such. They're kind of like mimics, but plants, but like kind of encapsulate and draw themselves towards magical and just like valuable items and just try to just consume them. Not necessarily poisonous, but mystical and magical in nature. Almost as if it's in some sort of glass vase of sorts. And as you go to pull it out slowly, it's almost warm to the touch. Not hot, but warm. As you kind of move some things out of the way. And you found this directly by, different toxic plants. Not necessarily poison, but more or less just kind of like toxic.
Mhm.
Like would make you sick, nauseous, that kind of stuff. Nothing here that would kill somebody. But you see a lock lily. Right now, still a sapling. Not very harmful, but here, in some sort of heated container.
I'm gonna take it. This is what was used. This is the same plant that was used to make the child sick. There are other poisons here. Take your pick. Don them on your blades. I need a
No,
little.
I don't believe in that. I'm saying put a bunch of them in a pot and let's light them. And then they'll just breathe it all in when they come in. They'll take a nap. They'll fall asleep.
What if that leaks into the streets and some random urchin breathes it in? If we poison our blades, it's more precise.
Well,
So-
or just fuck it and burn it all by the door.
So,
When they
Harlow,
walk in, let them die.
I will say this. The plant you found isn't poisonous. The
Yeah.
poison that was given to the kid is a specific poison used to kill those plants.
Oh, got it.
So
Okay.
essentially, you would know, pretty much everybody would know this in this world. Lock lilies are fucking annoying. They are a plant that grows in the warmer areas of the world, and honestly, they will kind of like consume dead adventurers or treasures they find in the wild. They're kind of like not sentient, but just like naturally like just attracted to gold and riches, and they just like consume and wrap and cover them and just try to slowly pull them closer and closer into the earth and like underground with them and just kind of like rot them away. Lock lily poison is like pretty much like a spray or like a liquid that somebody would spray or douse on them to kill them to release whatever they have trapped or consumed.
It's a roundup.
Yes, it's basically Roundup. Yes, it's magic
Okay.
Roundup for plants. It's just
Okay,
very
so-
odd that you found a lock lily here.
Okay, so we'll pocket the lock lily, and you guys figure it out, what to do. This isn't my forte.
I'm going to cover that needle in poison.
So that when they
So the
unlatch
next
it-
person that has to open the door is going to have a bad day.
and
Anybody going down here other than us is a bad guy.
while he's setting that up, I want to take one more quick look and see if there's a recipe book by this alchemist here,
Hmm.
and nick that shit.
I would say that there would not be something like that. They
Okay.
would probably lock away at night.
Okay.
Jackie, however, I will say that you find these kind of like I said, not poisonous, like deadly, but like more toxic kind of plants. Like stuff like equivalent of like poison ivy, like that kind of
Mhm.
stuff that would just make you like uncomfortable or rashy, sick, that kind of stuff. I will say you take and just grind some up and just like coat the needle.
Yeah, I'm going to grind some up and then coat that needle really good. And
Okay.
then when we leave, I'm just going to take the rest and just go into
Yeah.
the room so that so they'll breathe it in.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to close the door behind us.
Okay, so you cover the needle with this powder that you've kind of grinded up, and you real quick blow it out into the air, and you all real quick go underneath into the catacombs. Okay.
Mhm. And
Guardian will lead the way.
that'll take 3 AP points for me, unless you say that was just like normal stuff that wasn't necessarily an ambush. That's
I
up
will
to you.
say that wasn't really an ambush. That was just you guys kind of like game planning. You knew you had like 10 minutes. The tough choice in that scenario was basically catacombs or follow the guards. That was kind of like the tough choice you were presented with both scenarios. So,
Right. Okay.
okay, let's do that. You all begin to go down and traverse down the cold catacombs of Isotamar. This entrance obviously built a very, very, very long time ago. Emeralda's gifts and goods definitely built on top of this at some point, but now used as a secret entrance to access these forbidden chambers. As you continue to make your way down these stairs, it's cold and it's dark, and very often you feel a breeze of cold air. It echoes and billows and whistles through the chambers, almost making a howling-like noise, kind of like a wolf, like very creepy, like woo. Just the echo, the billow, such as the the blood wolf, blah 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 blah. Anyways, you continue making your way down, and as you look across the walls, sprawled, instead of them just being like bricks, these are caskets that almost make the walls themselves, just lined piece by piece by piece by piece from this war. Harlow takes her hand and rubs across them, and you would think be dust, instead cold, just like ice that encapsulates them. And as you investigate further, Harlow, as you touch, you can tell that there are chips and chunks missing out of pieces of these ice, almost as if grave robbers have taken pickaxes and tried to break into them to steal whatever goods and riches that lie within this tomb. However, the ice is so thick, the air is so cold, it's a struggle to even do that. Therefore, why the catacombs were shut off some time ago and cut off from people paying respects due to them wanting to leave the dead at rest. As you continue to make your way further, closer down, eventually a straight and narrow pathway splits into two directions. One to the left, one to the right, almost like a V. Jackie, you've never been down here before. You wouldn't know anything about this place. Harlow and Gardane, you obviously wouldn't either. Jackie, even as a guard, this is one place you never went to.
I'm gonna look to. Well, first I'm gonna stop them. I'm just gonna like put the hand at this intersection. First, I'm gonna look for any obvious traps in this intersection, and then I'm gonna look for tracks to see which path is more traveled.
Okay.
Perhaps.
So the way that I'm going to do stuff like that in this game for Quest is, since we do more of a pass-fail system, it's going to be one person can make that roll, and you guys have to pretty much trust by that one roll. And rather than like this person rolls and like, oh, I got a 7, I'm going to roll 2. I'm also going to look. You know what I mean? Because no, Jackie's kind of the front runner here. He's going to do that and check and be like, cool, this is what we got, and that's kind of how we're going to go about this. Okay, Jackie, go ahead and roll for it.
All right, guys, stand back. I'm a professional.
What is that, a 9? Okay. With a 9, Jackie. Tough choice. You look across these two different, V's. To the left, you do indeed see that there are what looks like footprints. Kind of like chunks in the ice of like where boots would step. Imprints of heavy traffic, almost.
Like scrapes and
scrapes and like cuts in the ice from like people walking and dragging things, pulling things, etc., etc. To the right, the smooth as glass. Which is very odd.
Suspicious.
I've
All right,
always
guys.
wanted to go ice skating.
All right, roger that. Going right.
You guys are going right?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, real quick,
Yes.
DM, what's the lighting down here? You said it's dark?
It's pretty dim for the most part. I wouldn't say like pitch black, but there definitely are like some lanterns here and there kind of like lit. This place is obviously being used by somebody, something. So it's not like very, very bright light, but there definitely is like, some silhouettes, some dim lighting down here from the candles that are kind of lit across.
Okay.
Everybody going right? Okay. You step right.
Path least traveled.
Okay. Jackie, you take the path least traveled. And as you step on this ice, you feel what sounds like a crack on the ice, but not like a break, just like, you're stepping on ice. It's not really
Like
worn
a crunch.
away. Yeah, like
Is it a crunch or a crack?
more of a crack rather than a crunch.
I back up.
Okay. You back up?
I don't know. It just made a cracking noise.
Well, I heard if you sprawl out on the ice to make yourself real wide, you won't fall through. Maybe we could slide like little penguins across. Slide me.
That's not a good idea. And I point to my armor. Hold on.
How far? Just not gonna. But how far does it look like I could slide Harlow?
I don't know.
Like a curling ball.
I'm just sizing it up.
Whatever.
I'm just sizing it up.
I don't know. Whatever you get with a D20, that's about how far.
Harlow, I don't know.
Okay, you're leading the way. You would know better than me. I'm just healed for healing. I heal.
She's right.
Jackie,
I am in charge.
as you
Gardain's
step,
gonna take.
Jackie, as
Mhm.
you heard this crack, clear crack
Mhm.
in the ice when you step, you look down and see where the crack is in the ground and the ice, and you just hear as the crack kind of like continues to build its way down, further down this kind of like pathway, until it kind of like
I did not fucking do that.
until it
either.
bends to the right where this hallway leads, and you hear the echo just go down this billowing echo and hallway.
I'm just gonna look back at the party and be like, I did not fucking do that. We're going left. I'm going the
You-
other way.
The amount of times you've said that just today alone, Jackie.
I didn't fucking. You saw me. I took one step. I didn't fucking do that. I didn't do that. I'm not gonna take responsibility for that. I'm going
Alright.
left.
Okay, lead the way.
You guys saw me not do that.
For
Okay.
a second, Gardain's gonna hang back.
Shit, my hair's
Hey.
going crazy.
He takes his bill hook out, and I'm gonna spend an AP point and activate Fiery Avenger, which gives off light like a torch on
Okay.
my weapon, but it also increases it to 3 damage as it deals fire damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold it out kind of like a lantern a little bit down this right-hand hallway.
Okay.
Do I notice anything in the ice?
You don't notice anything in the ice directly, but as you see the crack continues to go down and your billhook lights and beams this light down this hallway to the right, you hear the echoing of the crack almost continue and just shatter in different places. Then as you kind of swing your billhook up a little farther, you see the ice kind of cracks up along the sides against where the catacombs are, where the caskets are, and then as you shine your light even farther up top, almost in a mere instant at the same time, some sort of steel gate closes almost about 5 feet in front of you, which would have entrapped anybody that walked forward.
Glad I checked.
Good job, Gardain.
I'll keep this activated so we have a bit better light so we don't stumble into anything else like that again.
Good job, Gardain. You have an eye of a master spotter. Maybe you should be leading the way. I've been having a hard time making decisions. I was going to
I-
throw Harlow. I thought about it for a second. It seemed like a really
Yeah.
good idea.
TLDR, if you would have thrown Harlow, it would have immediately slammed that gate and trapped her there.
That would have been fantastic for us to all adore
Can-
the ultimate enemy.
Yep.
Can we reset the trap and then like make our own tracks as if we were going this way?
Do you want to investigate the trap?
Yeah, can I reset it?
I would just say this. The trap has been activated. You guys kind of
Mhm.
walk forward slowly. The ice isn't like slippery. Like you can walk on it. It was just very odd. It was so smooth. And when you stepped on it, it kind of cracked. And obviously this cracking caused a chain reaction of cracks to go down the ice to trigger some sort of trap that would have stopped anybody going down this hallway. As you make your way over to this kind of like gate that fell from a slit in the ceiling, you go to
Mhm.
investigate further and you see that this has been altered. The tomb wasn't always like this. The catacomb never had this here.
Okay.
It has been dug out, picked out, and there's some sort of like just like cog and gear system that kind of like raises this and lowers this from, you don't know where. You can't find a lever, you can't find a latch, you can't find any kind of activation point here. And as you look into the ground, you see that this gate has slammed so far down into the ice that it has almost pierced the cement that is over top of the ice in the ground, pretty much making it immobilized in place.
Okay.
Yeah, this trap was 100. You can tell, Jackie, with your kind of like ingenuity and your intelligence of like, how people work when, like criminals work exactly. Like this trap was meant to trap fucking people here for something and for them not to get out. Like it is well designed. This is
Alright.
heavy steel.
All right, troop. Let's keep moving. We've already wasted too much time here.
After you.
I'll take lead. And he walks forward with the lit up bill hook.
Gardain begins to take lead,
Aw.
heading down the left-hand side, bill hook out, flame lighting, leading the way for everybody to see just a little more and a little more clearly. As you continue making your way down this hallway, it bends to the right, but you real quick stop as you hear what sounds like chattering, talking, a little loud, a little obnoxious. Yeah, so I told him, like, he should totally just, like, not fuck with those guys at the bar, but he did anyway. So, like, I don't know if, if Thad's okay. I mean, we fucked off and we left him. So, I mean, I haven't seen him since. Hopefully he's all right. Yeah, man, that crazy, that bitch with the blonde, purple, and blue hair. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know, man. These guys sound very familiar.
Put a hand up. Just hold on, Harlow.
Harlow, I think they called you a bitch.
I'm gonna carve them a new smile, and she whips out her scalpel.
I think we could have a stern talking to them, and I think we could get them to go the other way.
If they're willing to listen to reason.
Right.
They don't seem too smart.
This is a good point. They shouldn't be down here. They're probably not good people.
Harley,
The bar fight didn't tell you that? One of them stabbed me, man.
Well, yeah, you're new to town, and they were drinking. I try to see the best in people, but I'm starting to. Yeah, they're starting to weigh the scale down. All right, Harlow, we'll let
You're
you take
right.
lead. We trusted
Yeah.
Gardain to get us this far. We're gonna trust you on this next spot.
You're ready.
You're leading, Harlow. I pull out my hammer and my shield.
Jesus.
So, she starts emitting this high-pitched giggle, and you just listen to it start echoing down the chamber. And then she starts singing, "Ring around the rosies."
Gardain backs up to the back of the procession. He's like, bill hook out behind the shield.
Harlow, when you say that, you hear the chattering, the clamoring of who you know to be Zad and Lewis now because they were talking about Theo at the bar getting taken by the bitch with the blonde and blue and pink hair. They stop dead silence because you guys are kind of like, you're bending a corner right now and it kind of takes like a hard right. And you guys heard this echoing from the opposite way. And you just hear, shh, bro, what the fuck was that? The fuck was that? Hello?
Gardain, I need you, like a scary man, to say, "Your soul is mine."
Your souls are mine.
I'm gonna just roll to see on a scale of how scared they are. This isn't like a whether they run, flee, or whatever roll. Just like on a scale from 1 to 20, how fucking scared are these guys?
Mhm.
Not very with a 2, but you can tell. You can tell.
If
there's
you
some
rolled a
sort of-
2, can I be the reason it wasn't intimidating?
Yes, which is what.
Because when she says that to Gardain, I'm also gonna go, "We're gonna take your souls if you don't talk to us about it and change your ways."
They go, what? What? Pull their swords or pull some sort of weapons. Like shing. That you guys hear because you don't see them. Show yourselves! Come over the corner now! Who are you? Show yourselves!
Cut them open, that's all I need.
You start to hear the footsteps approach closer and closer.
I pull out my pea shooter.
Does she pull out a gun?
You have a gun? Oh, she does have a gun. That's right.
He has a
You see-
flintlock. Yeah.
You ever got Harlow pulls
I
out a
just
fucking
yell.
gun?
I just yell, "Oh my god, she has a fucking gun!" really loud.
The footsteps go closer and closer. Crunch, crunch.
I tap Jackie.
Step,
Charge!
step.
Charge! This is now.
I'm charging in.
You charge
charge
in, you
behind him.
bend this corner, a hard right
Hammer
around the
swinging.
corner, hammer swinging, and you see in front of you are indeed the 2 thugs that you guys were fucking with in your bar. They don't look good, however, they're here. They immediately recognize you, Jackie, and go, "Oh, absolutely! What the fuck are you doing here?" Jackie,
My new friends convinced me that you're bad guys.
Jackie, you are first. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna say that, and then I'm gonna swing an uppercut roundhouse swing with the hammer to try and connect directly to the chin.
Roll
I'm
it.
going for a knockout blow.
Roll it, fam.
My new friend said I'm doing the right thing. I rolled
That is a 9. That is going to be a hit with your hammer. However, you have a tough choice. Do you want to slide? As you're charging forward, you swing and you're going to hit this person. You can either do full damage, however, slide into the room that they were in, crashing into what you see as tables, boxes, and just like miscellaneous items they had stashed away in whatever this kind of like meeting room was. Or do you hit for 1 damage and maintain your footing?
I definitely feel as I go around the bend, like my ankles sort of slip a little bit, and instead of swinging as hard as I can, I'll correct my swing so I can keep my footing and just do a glancing blow.
Okay, you glance and you hit him like right in like I don't know, like the elbow area as you see his arm just kind of like buckles in a weird way, and you hear the crack of it. Like, oh, fuck, man! Jackie, what are you doing here? Why are y'all here? What the fuck?
I'm here for justice, and you're in my way.
You should have stayed in the tavern when we told you to! And he pulls his sword out. I will allow Gardane or Harlow to choose who goes next.
Harlow!
Gardane, I need you to cut them, please.
All right. Gardane is going to step just past Jackie.
Okay,
as
not
he kinda
charging
slips,
forward. Yeah.
And I am going to use 2 action points and activate Thunderous Word.
Oh.
And I speak out this. If there was a language for Crisel's word to be written in, he speaks this word in that language.
Okay, what would the word be?
Whatever it,
Give me the word, John. It makes the spell, it makes the flavor.
Boom shakalaka. Hit him with it.
protect, because she is the goddess of protection of children.
That's good. You guys hear an audible like sound come from Gardane's mouth that sounds like some sort of language you've never heard before. Almost, this is essentially a Fus Roda from Skyrim that he does. It just works, doesn't it?
Yeah, up to 3 creatures of my choice,
Okay.
just those 2, are set backwards, and I hit them both for 2 damage.
Okay.
And because the spell briefly dazes them, they cannot use special abilities during their next turn.
Okay.
They can only basic attack.
Jackie, you rush by and take your hammer and slide and hit one right in the arm, and you hear a crack of the bone. And instead of connecting with full damage, you stop and turn. And as you turn around, Gardane slowly comes around this corner, and you see that he kind of makes his way by you. And as he's walking forward, he breathes in and just lets out a billowing echo sound. A thunderous voice booms across this tunnel. Harlow, Gardane, Jackie, you see as he yells this boom. This cavern shakes as this wave of sound blasts Zad and Lewis back into the room that they were sitting in at one point, and they crash into the tables behind them, falling onto the ground. And you see that Zad stands up, barely struggling. He's the one that Jackie hit in the arm with the hammer, and he stands bloodied, beaten, and bruised. And you see that Lewis also stands slightly dazed back and forth, and they look at each other and go, "What the hell? How'd you guys find her? How'd you find the syndicate layout? How did you find the syndicate lair?"
I just look at Harlow.
She's so excited that he's bleeding. And your buddy, he kind of liked to talk a lot. Before he couldn't talk at all.
Wait, what'd you do to Theo? What did you do to
that guy?
Where's Theo? Wait a minute. Theo went in the room with you. Where's Theo? What'd you do with him?
It's gonna be nothing like what's gonna happen to you. And she's gonna run up. She's gonna grab his arm. And she's gonna use her
my arm!
medical knowledge to cast corrupt. And basically, his wound is gonna start necrotizing. And it's going to start turning green and black, and he's going to immediately get hit for 1 HP health. And what I love about the spell, guys, okay, listen. This doesn't cost me any AP points, and this spell can only be healed with a level 7 healing. So
okay.
I'm gonna hurt him for 1.
Okay, so you give him septus in the arm, essentially.
Yeah.
And brutally infect it. However, he only has 1 HP left. You want him to
No,
die?
no, I don't. Dang it. I don't want to kill him. I'm gonna shoot his friend instead.
No. Rewind, because you didn't know he had 1 HP left. This is I'm not.
Oh,
Let me
God.
rephrase this. This isn't a. Do you want to take back what you did? This is a.
God.
Oh, your bloodlust gets the best of you. Your Dexter comes out. You touch him.
Okay,
You smile.
okay, fine. Yeah. Okay.
Now, I will say, I will allow you to roll, because this just works, but I will allow you to roll
Yeah.
a d20 to see if you can kind of, like, stop it from, afflicting
Okay.
death.
Okay, yes, we're rolling.
With a 3, that is a failure. You see that the poison, this, like, illness kind of, like, goes too fast. He was more injured than you thought he would be as you touch his arm, and the necrotic feeling just kind of goes up, and goes, "Ah!" And you see his face turns half green as he hits the ground.
And I think because it's overtaking her, she. Next.
He looks, sorry, Lewis goes, Zad? Zad? He looks at
Dane
Harlow.
levels his bill hook at this dude and just like,
Ignacio! Ignacio! Help! 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 Ignacio! As he begins rushing down the opposite hallway that leads out the other end of this room, yelling Ignacio as it echoes to the chamber. A dead syndicate member on the ground as his right side of his face is turned green from the infection that's spread up. And that's where we're going to end this week's episode of Mortal Webs. So, yeah, that happened. Harlow, I tried to give you a fair chance to not kill him. However, the point of, like,
Yeah.
this game sometimes is...
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, 1 damage can do a lot. And at that point, he had exactly 1 left. And it's like...
It was not actually okay, though.
I want to make it very clear I wasn't trying to murder Hobo.
I called this. Before the stream, before today, I said things were going to go too fucking far, man.
Well, this crime member is now dead on the ground.
Oh,
And
now
the
he's
partner.
a crime member and not Ned?
The
Fuck
crime's
you.
Zad. His name is Zad. He was a
Zad.
syndicate
Nothing
member.
anymore. He's going to
Yeah.
be a fucking goner, son.
He runs
no.
away, or sorry, Lewis runs away, yelling for Ignacio as Zad lays in the ground dead, as the infection was it was way too quick. It did enough to just do him in. Oh God, we lose John. We lose John. We lose
We
John
lost
right at the
John.
end. John, Chrisella's
No.
taking him. All right, well, we're gonna figure out what's going on with John. I will let you guys know here soon if we're doing Mortal Weebs. Steak has to go. So it'll be me and Sky and John. If we can get John back, I will let everybody know in the Discord what we're doing. Sky, do you have anything you'd like to say?
I'm
After I fix
Sky,
Zoom.
and I didn't mean to kill that guy, but I did, and now we deal with it. We could just go 100% with it. But I'm not gonna murder Hobo. That's the thing. I'm not a murder hobo. I just did a murder hobo thing.
You seem pretty homeless and capable of murder. Oh God! Jump scare, dwarf. Dwarf jump scare.
They're
Sorry,
switched.
dwarf be
guys,
upon
I
you.
have no idea what happened.
Yeah, you're switched for now. I'm not switching it back. Whatever. Steak, what you got?
I'm not mad. I'm just really disappointed. We were doing so good. I have always spent my time with good people, trying to do the right thing, and I made new friends, and I let myself get out of my comfort zone, and now there's a dead man in front of me. That's all
Gardane
I got.
or John.
It was fun tonight. I had a lot of fun. This was great development in the story, and yeah, I like where this is
Steak says
going.
a great development of the story. Steak, you got a fun fact for us for the day? People are asking for one.
Fun fact of the day: murder illegal most places. Usually, the issue when you kill somebody is that people come, right? So the bigger the organization, when you kill somebody, the more and more people that come. So I think that a lot of us, there's gonna be a lot of dudes coming on us soon.
Okay. All right, everybody. John's back. We're going to do Mortal Weebs. If you're a YouTube member, we will be doing that for about 15 minutes or so and chat with y'all. But until next time, we do not have an episode next week because we have Gen Con, but we will be posting like some sort of video next week, maybe like a 30-minute kind of like discussion video or something for as like a premiere.
Live Gen
Yeah.
Con posting.
Live, or we could go live at Gen Con if you wanted to, me and you at the hotel, just to kind of chat with people if you want to do that instead.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing something.
We'll probably do that at Gen Con then, yeah. So
We'll figure it out, you
We'll
guys.
figure
We'll
it
be
out.
in contact.
Yeah.
And if anything, we'll post messages on our YouTube, and hopefully we can get some cool pictures with people. And we're definitely gonna be sharing with the community
Yeah.
while we're gone.
Okay. All right, everybody. We will see the
Why are
YouTube
people telling
members.
me wording? What a bunch of nerds in the chat.
We will see everybody here in about 5 minutes for Mortal Weebs if you're a YouTube member. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye.
The worst.